amendment meetings. And check the roll call, please.
Michael Cornell.
Here.
John Ditsom.
Here.
Richard Kiefer. Richard Runyon.
Here.
William Gerber.
Here.
Connie Casey.
Here.
Joan Huesman.
Here.
Okay, we have a quorum. We have no business, or we had nobody scheduled to speak this evening, then we moved it to this evening, thinking that we may be able to move on, but there's a couple things that have happened.
Okay, first thing, I talked with Steve Weeks, and he intends to withdraw his application. He'll be submitting something in writing to the attention of Chuck to do that, and talked to him today. The state's attorney has retained a lawyer by the name of Charles Gearing from a downtown Chicago law firm to review the sound portion of the proposed Wicks ordinance, and he'll be providing an opinion probably about the middle of September. That's what's anticipated. And then Avangrid Renewables, formerly known as Iberdrola, wants to present testimony from two witnesses, first by the name of Claire Manning and then a Mark Bastash. I understand both these people testified at the Deer Run hearings, so some of you may be familiar with them. And they will be available at the hearing, and I understand your next hearing date is September 1st.
That's what we're planning to recess it to at this time, yes.
So that's all I've got.
And I guess for your sake, if there's anybody else you want to have testify, or there's noise or anything like that, we haven't really closed the testimony on this. It's just a matter of being to schedule anything we need to schedule or anything like that, so.
I don't know if they're closing or not.
No, he said they aren't.
We're not.
I've talked to Phil, and he said that he almost has to wait and see what happens.
I should say that I did talk with Mr. Luekehans today, advised him of what's going on, and indicated to him that if they want to present additional evidence, they'll be able to do so. I mean, these hearings are not a little rigid in terms of procedure.
With the Steve Weeks issue, is that gonna be part of our continued hearings?
Yes,
He's gonna
that's-
submit another app, something?
No, he's not. He's going to withdraw.
But
it.
withdrawing that,
The
but
property
then-
value is kind of wrapped into this, so
Right.
if you want the property value, you can wrap it into this as we move forward.
It's not his intention to file an amended or a new one.
Okay. I thought you said he was gonna get something else to Chuck.
He's going to get something in writing to Chuck requesting
Oh,
that his
he
one that he's
withdraw.
filed be withdrawn.
Okay.
Actually, your zoning case, but that's okay. But just a quick, one of the follow-ups from the last meeting, he asked for a copy of our existing wind regulations, so, because they're kind of different from where we're at, so these are copies of the existing wind regulations that we had. So you have copies of those. These are printed off the ordinance off the website, so that's the website ordinance. Copy of that chapter off the website ordinance is what we're currently working on from that, so. That addresses part of the question. So we're asking, the September 1st meeting is actually, would have been your normally scheduled regular meeting for September. Since I'm in conferences the following week, I'd like to move it up a week so that I don't have conflicts with those conferences, so that would have been your normal date for the next meeting. That's why this September 3rd is the date. People were available to talk, and I realize we have school and everything else starting here. They have some conflicts going on here for the next few weeks, so we could take care of it that way.
So September 1 at 7?
September 1 at 7, here at the historic courthouse is what we're looking for.
Will we have any other regular cases, or will this be a continuation of this? We don't know yet.
They still have time to file.
So as of right now, we don't have.
As I sit here right now, I do not have anything in your cases that you like to review on occasion. I've got them all put on your November calendar at this point in time. You have a lot of them, so it's gonna be 8 or something November to review them, but I got them in November. So, October, sometimes we get issues with harvest, or we did the time with a lot of farmers, so. So I've tried to clear any review stuff until we get to November. And new cases are as they come, so.
Okay. All right, do we need any public comment? Okay, Carolyn?
I have a question. What is the name of the attorney in Chicago?
Charles Gehring.
Charles Gehring, okay,
Yes. Do you know him?
no?
The name of the law firm is Peterson and Haupt, Houpt.
Peterson with a D or a T?
D.
Yeah.
And what exactly are they wanting him to review? The legality of it, or what?
He's being retained to review the sound portion of your proposed ordinance to see if it meets, this guy's supposedly an expert in sound.
I know
But he's an
what-
attorney.
Yes.
To me, what
Part of it is, if you look in there, another noise issue, there's a provision in there where you measure the noise to be 150 feet from the center of the house. So is that proper to do it that way, or do you do it from a foundation, do you do it further out into a livable area of the yard, and how is that?
Or you do it from the
So
boundary.
that's what they.
Or property line.
That's one of the, this is what they're to be looking at. Where do you measure the sound from?
And Seth is retaining this, or who came up with this guy's name?
Seth,
He identified him? The other question I had was what is the process now? And I thought from what I had heard, that this was gonna be, that people had to sign up to speak last time, and that tonight was the last night. So apparently that's not the case, so what is the procedure now?
well, because we didn't have the legal opinion, we've kept it open, so people want to continue to speak, they'd be allowed to do so if they want to.
So it's just totally open-ended now?
So it still is, it has been.
How is this gonna work with the board's work? I thought we were gonna get this wrapped up fairly soon, and then,
Well, I think that the goal is to get it to the board in October, possibly, or November.
okay, so the board is gonna be voting on the referendum this month, next week, right?
Right, next week. As I
Okay, is there a
understand.
procedure for, if this were to resolve those issues somehow, I'm just saying if it's possible that it would resolve that, would it still then be on the ballot, or would there be a procedure for taking it off the ballot?
I haven't, there is a period of time when, even after it's to be put on the ballot, you can have it removed. I can't tell you what that cutoff time is, I can find out from Christie.
I think we'll probably wanna know that next week. Okay, thank you.
Because it has to be certified to her, I think, by August 22nd. But I'll find that out and I'll let you know.
Any other public comment here? Becca?
I just had a question, since the hearings are still open, and Iberdrola has already testified and now they're bringing more, are we going to be able to recall some of our UCLC witnesses? Obviously, we can bring more.
Yes.
Will we be able to recall the ones that we had?
Yes.
Okay.
And I told Mr. Luthien that today.
Thank you.
Anyone else? Okay, we don't have any findings of fact or anything to sign, so just a motion to recess. Need a
I'd like
motion
to
recess?
ask again for the documents I asked for at the last meeting.
I'll talk to you afterwards.
Please.
Okay,
I'm making the request, so let's,
okay.
okay,
You wanted this too, right? This-
I did.
Yeah.
This was one, the
Or
other
did
part
you
was
want the whole
the
ordinance?
legal fees associated with the wind hearing process and all legal fees associated thereafter. And the continuation of legal fees.
Was this the only section you wanted, Mike? Or did you want the whole zoning ordinance? I thought you wanted
Is this
the
an
whole thing.
abbreviated, is this the abbreviated part? Where's the portion in this ordinance that talks about triggering decommissioning? I mean, there's at the end, there's this, the decommissioning, but where's the 6 months of no operation triggers decommissioning?
That was put in the conditions.
Special condition.
That's a condition of,
The zoning, when you approved it as a zoning board, you
Okay.
had the conditions attached to it, you made that was part of a condition.
okay.
So for what, for a particular special use permit?
Yeah.
Was that 6 months? That's what sticks in my mind, but I
I
don't
forgot off the top of my head it was, but yeah.
6 months.
I'm almost sure of the 6 months as well. That's a simple document to retrieve, that special use, the terms and conditions thereof. So if you could just have that, I'll add that to my request for paperwork.
The one for Pleasant Ridge.
There was no.
Deer
There
Run.
wasn't,
I
there wasn't,
thought-
Deer Run.
There wasn't any
Conditions
approved.
on Pleasant Ridge.
I thought a set was generated.
They never went to anybody though.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just, more over the approved.
They were the last set of
Deer Run.
approved ones here on, it was never built.
No. What about,
I have all that mean difference. 2 years.
okay,
So,
Has it been put on all special use permits?
something similar happened.
On all of them? Okay. Anything else we need to cover? Anything else from the board? All right, a motion to recess then till September 1st, 7. Second?
You will do.
I did.
I need a
I
second.
need a second.
Huh?
I need a
Well, I thought he
second.
seconded. Well, you needed the motion, you said.
Yeah,
I'll
I need a
second.
motion, yeah. All in favor? Opposed? Okay, see you September 1st.